All right, here we go. Boom, boom. Here we go. A soft piano tone in the game, right? Yeah, that's the soft piano tone. Guys, I'm gonna multi-stream like right now. You guys ready? Cause why not, everybody? We're doing it. Going balls to the walls. Crazy. Yes, you hear it? Alright, that's good. I'm glad you hear it, you know? Alright, everybody. Here we go. Let's play some PRAGMATA. So you might see my model stutter a little bit, maybe because of the graphics or the game or whatever. Yeah. That's just how it is. We're gonna continue where we left off. I love the game. It's like, it's cool. It's like you can hack, and then you could like you can hack into the robot system using Diana, that's her name, and then just like pew pew after. I'm drinking some Dr. Pepper. But guys, if you would like to support me in other ways other than just like you know, through YouTube or whatever, I also have a throne. Oh shoot, well, I didn't link it properly, but I think it's in there. My throne is up. It should be up. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going here. Oh, what were we doing again? Something about the power. We needed to like put the power up, I guess. Yeah, I think we had to, yeah, we had to go do that. Let's go, everybody. Boom. Tram menu, equip mods. Oh, we have a new one. That's right, we can equip our health. There's nothing else, but we got something. Okay, well, we have those. We don't have anything else. We just go with what we got. So let's ride the tram. There's 45% on this solar power plant. So what is missing over here? What does this mean? And then there's like 1 or 3 safe boxes over here in the sealed sector gate. Should I go for these guys, or should I just continue where I left off? Maybe is backtracking in this, is there backtracking in this game? Like, is there a lot of backtracking? Loki, you kind of want to see what's happening, you know? Yeah, maybe I did miss something, you know? Maybe I missed a few things or whatever. Hitless. Hey, you know what? We're just doing the hacking is so good. Maybe we should just max hacking. Would that work? Is there only like a hacking mode only? Like Diana has to hack and that's it? No pew pew? It'd be cool. I think it would be cool, right? I think it would be great. Pop 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 pow pop pow pop pow. Pa da pa 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 pa. Ba da pa 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 ba da pa pa pa. What the heck? What the helly? Why is it like going offline, off and on? That's crazy. Can you guys, is something happening? Hey guys, make sure can you make sure if you guys can see it, the game or whatever? Is everything fine? Is everything running okay? Let me know if it's struggling, okay? I don't know why, but I feel like it is. Oh, is it? It's good? Okay. Ooh, I was worried because it feels like it's disconnecting and connecting or something. Okay, what is this? Okay, there's nothing here. What's down here? Is this where we went? Oh gosh. Hey yo. Aha, look at that. We unlocked everything here, but like I feel like we're missing stuff. Oh, hello. Aha, got it. Hacked it, you sucker. You sucker. Give me those pieces. Give me those pieces, damn it. Okay, so let's see what's happening. N6 Babel. What the hell's Babel? Babel. Okay, there's stuff here. I guess everything looks cleared. I feel like there's nothing I could do here. Maybe I just have to move forward. I don't know. I like backtracking too, but maybe the answer is just moving forward. Look, I got nothing on this side, looks like. Yeah, I got nothing on this side. Like, look at this. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, I can't even break that. I don't know what that is, but I can't break that. I read that as bagel. That sounds pretty good. I like bagels. Ah, poopies. Well, I ran out of booster, thruster, whatever you call it. I probably didn't have enough momentum to go to the other side. Okay, maybe we could just like do a booster jump, maybe. Oh, over here. Yes. Robot, over here. I have the range. Oh, come on. What? Okay. Gotcha. Boom, baby. $114. You know what? How much can we do just hacking alone? Look at that. Look how much hacking can do. I'm just gonna keep hacking you. Boom. You like that? Hey, we should just do that. Just do hacking mode only. Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh no! Stop! What? Oh, what the hell? Boom! Take that, jerk! Haha! Haha! That's right, no damage! 0 damage. Haha! Like near Automata? Ooh, yeah, it kind of does, huh? Wait, what's this? Oh, that's what it does. Oopsies. Oh, it's like an elevator. Okay, we are. I guess that's what that's what we're doing. I guess. Okay, there's. Oh, what are we doing here? Maybe we should just go upstairs, guys. Maybe we should just go upstairs. There we go. Look at that. See? It leads us to higher heights. Crazy. Wait, what's this? Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, well, at least I know now. Didn't know before. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. Okay, so we hack into. Wait, what's that? You see that? Wait, what's that? I want to go there. I want to go there. How do I go there? Hello? I see something. You see it? You see it? I see it. Oh my gosh, maybe we just have to go take the elevator up. Wait, oh, well, I went the wrong way. Whoopsies. So that's the platform for it. Okay, so we use this. 1, 2, and 3. Capishu. Is this the rise of a new genre? A mata game? I think that sounds cool, actually. Sounds like a cool title. Mata. Near automata. Pragmata. What the heck? No! What the? Chat, you did not believe. What? Oh god. Okay. Headshot. Boom. Get out of here. Leave me alone. Wait. What? Boom. Oh, that was close. Oh my god, he almost got me. Take that. Boom. And his head went splatty. Okay, well, that's not what I had in mind, guys. I kind of wanted to go back up there. You don't believe? I saw. You know, that might be just the new. That's what it is. Also, hi Wiz. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh wait, I forgot about this treasure. See, I keep forgetting things. All your fault, everybody. I blame you all for distracting me. How dare you? Also, Shauna, thank you for checking in. I appreciate. What are these? Oh, they look like pieces of cheese. Okay, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use the momentum and just. Yeah, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Haha! That's all we had to do, bro. What the heck? What gives? It was just for that. What the heck, man? We've been scammed the entire time. All right, we got to go down, I guess. Okay, there we go. Something about over here. There's nothing here, I guess. There's a globe. We took the globe here. It was for Diana to be curious. Read memory earth guide. Okay, well, I don't want to read right now. I could read my own book at a leisure time. Also, hi Boostro, thank you for checking in. How are you? It's the last day for charity event, guys. This is it. Something about solar power plant, blah blah blah. You know how it is. Solar power plants are dangerous. No, I don't even know. Do they actually save you like battery? Like energy? Is it actually true that you save like your electricity bill by having a solar Hey, you know what? Let's go. I think we'll need this. Okay. That might be like a boss or something. Let's go to the shelter. PRAGMATA, more like PRAGDADA. Whoops. Hey, can't be mad at me for that, okay? Olive, good to see you. How have you been? Missed you. Oh, whoa. Oh, we're being purified. Thought it was those lasers from Resident Evil. Or just like chops you. Okay, let's see. We can upgrade another hacking damage. Gun too. We can actually use the gun too. Boom! Heat gauge. Heat gauge buildup. Hell yeah. I don't know what it does, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Stasis net, sure. We'll buy one of those. And then something about, oh, well, I guess I didn't have enough. Whoops. Can I buy one at least? I mean, it wasn't what I wanted, but okay. Okay, never mind then. Oh well. Weapon loadout. There we go. Let's ride the train and we go to the solar power plant and then the main. What the hell is this? Okay, anyways, main control lobby. I've been told you do save power on your electricity bill to get to the point you get paid. Really? But most of us work and don't really use the electricity a lot. Shouldn't that mean that our electricity is low? I mean, I'm just saying, guys. Most of the time we go work and you guys should be turning off your stuff, right? To save electricity. Especially in the summer when it's all like, well, how many of you guys have like a backup battery in case things go down? Don't mind me just drinking some Dr. Pepper. It's enough to power me through the day sometimes. What is this? Sure. I was reading, I already read that. Okay, so I guess we go this way or this way? What is this? Is it? Oh. Okay. Can I open stuff while doing so? Okay, well, yeah, some of them are like war machines. Duh. Cartridge holder. Increases the number of repair cartridges by 1. Oh, we get 2! Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that'll keep us going. The helly? That's an extra vial. I thought you changed models again. No, I just changed my hair. You're just tripping. You're tweaking. Because access power gets how I should put it. Chop back into power plant. That's good. Yeah. It's like you give electricity, you get paid back. I mean, it's a win-win, right? Decode. Hacking nodes yellow have special effects when passed through while completing a hack. Passing through multiple nodes of the same type can increase effectiveness. These nodes can only be used a limited number of times. A hacking node that disrupts internal systems temporarily, increasing damage dealt. After playing Persona 5 though, I might be 125 hours. Oh, that's a lot. Oh. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, we'll test it out on this guy. Boom. 3 shots in the head only? Dang, this guy doesn't stand a chance anymore. I like the music though in PRAGMATA. It's like a little explosive and intense. Maybe that's just me. What's this? Oh, there might be a boss in here. I have a feeling we have to fight a boss, guys. Boss scene, boss cutscene, boss cutscene. I smell it. Or maybe it's just waves of enemies. Ah, great. Yeah, great. Boom! Your turn. It's gonna be your turn. Aha! Boom! Look at that! You can't touch me! Can't touch this, baby. I'm just good at this. Maybe because like it's like a rhythm game to me, and I just feel like it's so good. I'm super sugoi. Sugoyo, big boyo. Hi, Chaos. Good to see you. How are you? Reach the top floor of the facility. Okay, got it. I'm reaching the top floor. Ooh, there's more of these. We can grab it. Okay. Stasis? We don't need stasis. We haven't used any of these. We're just that good. We're like totally gaming. We're like super gaming. What? Shockwave again? Come on, give me something good, guys. You know what I like? I like coffee. But you know what else is great? Ice cream. So why not make an ice cream flavored coffee? Oh wait, they did that already. Just kidding. What is this? Why is this green and the other one is red? Oh, maybe it's to indicate the different like different type of gun, I guess? Question mark? Alright, Diana, show me your skills. Type for me. Hack this stuff for me. Give me upgrades. She looks a bit creepy when she does that though. The little eyes of like cybernetic eyes. Low-key kind of creepy. Okay. Ooh, we're opening up the entire thing. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. Uh-oh. Why is this guy after our butts? Like this Edis guy. God damn. What? I dodged that. Hello. Okay. Haha! Now! Take that! Unleash a critical shot, a powerful follow-up attack. Okay. Let's go! Get him! Sick him! Boom! Hell yeah, that's how we do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Dodge quick! Dodge quick! Oh my god, it's giving me the shivers. Let's go! When driving, when hacking gauge fills, Diana's ability to overdrive protocol can be activated. When used, it opens nearby enemies, immobilizes them briefly, and deals damage. The gauge fills by hacking. Easy money. I hack all the time. What do you mean? Okay. Got it. Oh, that's his weak spot. Look at his weak spot. Oh god. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, baby. I'm in the driver's seat. It's down! Get him! Get him! I'll smack you! How is that for medicine? You went to the wrong pharmacy, brother. Boom! Look at his weakness! I see the weakness! Haha! Easy. It's like nothing happened. That was a tutorial, boss. Yeah, baby, we did it. Oh, you think she's just not fully developed yet to know like human interaction and stuff? Ooh. We can take it back to the shelter. Let's go. Took it back. Took it back, guys. We restored the power. I got the power. Dude, it bip bip. Bit 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 bit. Easy money. Holy. Oh, what do we do now? Got a lot of stuff. Mass production array. What does that mean? Does that mean we did a good thing? Are we in the second area now? Ooh, we're in the second area. Oh, what is this? What is that thing? What is that? I like the screen on it. It's kind of cool looking. Oh, it's a robot.
こんにちは。私はキャビン。こちらのシェルターの案内役です。
Ah, cabin.
今更だな。
あなた、シェルターレベルキーをお持ちではありませんか？
これか。
What is this?
で、キャビン、これがなんだ？
非常にいい質問です。私を起動することができたのも、実はそれのおかげなのです。
Oh, that explains why they weren't able to help us.
たくさんご紹介していきましょう。
Level 1 permission, baby.
中央の端末のラインナップを拡張しました。これよりレムレプリケーターベータが使用可能に
RAM
なります。
replicator. Cool. Take the
シ
team.
ステムをロード中。
Okay.
ようこそ。充実したシェルターライフのため素敵なサービスを多数ご用意しております。その名
Ah.
もキャビンスタンプクラブ。キャビンコインを集めてシェルター機能を開放できます。
Is it like a lottery or like a...
今回が初めてのご利用ですね。こちらのキャビンコインを一つ差し上げますので、ぜひお試しを。
Oh, I got some of
素
those.
晴らしいスタンプボードをご覧ください。
Spend cabin coins to claim prizes and open them on the stamp board. Okay. Okay. Secure the shopping district red zone. Interesting. So I only had 2. Walker bot data will be uploaded. Okay, got it.
じゃじゃーん。
Jajan. Hi, Zalt.
閲覧できます。
Ooh, bot database.
なんとお目が高いんでしょう。
Whoa. Jukebox? This is the opening, isn't it? The walker data. Those things look creepy as heck. I mean, look how creepy it is, guys. It's a robot. It's like one of those iRobots. Just saying. Creepy as hell. Wouldn't advise approaching one. I wouldn't even advise getting one of those. Update. Shelter upgrade updated. New items can now be printed and upgraded. Let's go. See here. Decode. Ooh. Can be equipped at tram terminal. Ooh, I like this one. Look at this one. Multi-hack. I like that one. Hell yeah, we can take those. Ah. Boom, boom, boom. I think that's cool. Critical shot unlocks critical shot. When an enemy's health is passing low, a critical node may appear. Passing through it during a hack will down enemies, letting you wow. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. I kind of want one of those. The new slot, there's a node slot. Hacking gauge increases hacking gauge buildup from completed hacks. Enhances overdrive protocol. Ooh. Repair up. I guess we could just use repair up, maybe. I don't want one of these, but I don't have enough. I think we should get one of these too. Like have it like ready, I guess. It says it can be equipped. So we'll just do that. That way we have another mod that we can use. There we go. Got it. And then maybe just another mod slot. Mod slots too. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Mod slots. 2 mod slots. Alright. And I think that's everything. Oh wait. Shelter level upgraded. Let's go. I don't want more of the hacking stuff. Hacking and primary unit damage. Let's go. Weapon loadout. Let's grab everything. Hacking nodes. Let's try multi-hack. Multi-hack looks fun. What? That's it? No, oh, it's just one hacking node? I kind of want another hacking node. What? Damn. Oh well. Alright, so where do we go from here? Solar power plant. Looks like it's not even explored fully. Can we just continue? There was a ladder, right? That ladder goes up. Let's check that out. There's a power up over here. I don't know what this is. Let's go check what's happening here. I missed one. Also, Zalt, how have you been? It's good to see you once again. Like, I hope you're well. I hope you've eaten. I hope you've refreshed. I hope you ate something good. You know, I want to eat some nachos. Nachos sounds good right about now. Maybe going to like Taco Bell or something. Life's been fine. Eating right now, actually. What? I want to eat fudge. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I missed here because. Oh, hey yo. Is it one of these? What are we missing here that's not allowing us to complete this section of the map? That is what I'm confused at. Oh. What? Oh. What the? Okay, shockwave gun. I just don't get it. We're here at the generator entrance, right? And we're about to hit the power supply or whatever. Yeah, there's a section right there. I can't lock or unlock it. Something that we missed here? Is there something that we missed that's preventing us from getting to where we want? Yeah, like we're still missing this one here. I don't know how to get rid of that. What the heck? I didn't want to dash back and it's dashing. Dash to the side. My guy. Dash to the side. Okay, now we hacked this. I don't see anything else here. Yeah, what is this item? I'm trying to figure out what this item is. I see we're already at the next area, which I don't want. We need to check how we can access this. How do we blow this up? Does anybody know? I would like to know. I need a solution for that. Alright, I guess we'll just go back to the shelter. If we can find a way to blow those things up, it would be great. Then I guess there's a lot of replayability. You know what? Ad is starting soon. What the hell? Oh, hello. Okay, there we go. There. Maybe I could take off pre-rolls. I just wish I could just turn off ads like completely. I don't know, but no, we don't make money out of it. We really don't. Alright, let's just get going. There's really nothing else to grab here. Yeah, we did 54%, but we can't get anything else. So Oh yeah, there was one place here at the elevator or whatever. There was like stairs that I might have missed. Yeah, the stairs that I missed. See what else here. Okay, see. Do 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 do. Yeah, this is. Oh god, why is it like that? Okay. Bagel. Yeah, this side. Oh no, that's not the. That's not. Is it this side? That's not what I was asking for. I was looking for this one up here. Look. Yeah, I didn't go to this side. See, I knew I missed something. That's what I needed, an upgrade component. Hiya. I'm glad we don't take fall damage though. I could just easily just jump down, you know? Alright, let's take us upstairs. Maybe there were items that we missed because the cutscene cut us off or something. Yeah, man. Got it? Hey. Okay, got it. Okay. Boom. Easy finish. You like that stuff, huh? Wait, do I continue on here or? I guess I continue on. Go up, go up, go up the stairs. Hey, I wouldn't mind fighting the boss again. Haha, I'll probably take no damage this time. Okay, but let's see what we got here. Okay, we'll take those. What is this? Oh, LBs to go. Wait, go back to the thing, I guess. Data shard. Ooh, it fills the hacking gauge. I like that. I like that. Very nice. Okay. And I guess that's it. Yeah, there's really nothing else here. I thought there would be more, but I guess not. Yeah. Wait, what's over here? Look, what's... Oh, can't access that either. All right, let's just go. Let's go. Let's get out of here. For real. Get out of here. Boom. Hell yeah. Guys, do you guys want to know the latest game I've been playing on my phone? I don't know if you guys have this in your phone, but it was or on your ads, but it was called Sword X Staff or something. Take the tram to MPA. All right, let's go to MPA after this upgrade, I guess. Gotta repair up. We'll take that. There we go. And then for the upgrade here, do we really need this though? Do we? I guess. Take it. Balance in all things, because why not? All right, let's go to the mass production array. Should be good now, right? Dun 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 dun. And then I also can't wait to go to the new home so then I could play VR games now again, you know? I can probably do like a Skyrim VR experience. Finally beaten that silly game. I don't know. It would be fun playing it in VR. Yeah, definitely still need to beat that silly game. In my opinion, definitely needs work. A warden mob? Wait, who's this cutie? What do you mean? The only two games I played on my phone is Dragon City, I believe what it was called, and Crusader's Quest. Huge fan of that one, spent money on it. I'm playing Sword X Staff. It's like an idle game. You kind of just like, you know, you put it away, you just play for a bit and then, you know, you just leave it alone and then come back. Ooh, there's all these rewards. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Also, hi Kana, good to see you. My hair of the day is pigtails. I'm heading to the hospital. Sag. We never get to see Kana, guys. Kana's too busy for us. Sag. Remember to say hi to Kana too, okay everybody? Ooh, hello. Upgrade components, we'll take those. We'll take those. It's a win-win. Also, thank you for checking in. Ooh, what's this? No, we are not returning to shelter. We are continuing onward. Yeah, good. There's nothing here, guys. I'm very there's no treasure. What the heck, man? Give me some stuff. Give me some goodies. What is this? Okay, there's some goodies, but that's not the goodies that I want. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, what the? That's Dragon City for me. I also found a way to how do I say it? That's crazy. Silly. The model looks different. What's different about it today, Darian? Yeah, where are these cats coming from? Like what? Yeah. Oh, oh gosh, we'd be cooked if we jump down there. They're definitely distracting us with these cats. Gosh darn it, these cats. I live with one. I would know. Uh-oh. What the hell? What the hell? Boom. Okay, we're good. Jesus. Another one? Where? Where's this enemy? Wait, what's that? Oh, that's the mod. That's the mod. Or the hacking module or whatever. Where do we go from here? Guys, where do we go? Yeah, there's an upgrade right there. We'll take it. We'll take the upgrade. It's a free upgrade. Okay, not those. Not this way. There's got to be another way, guys. Okay, well, there's nothing. Awesome black hair. I feel like I will make my hair based on what type of coffee I drank today. It's coconut mocha today. Coconut mocha hair. Oh, hello. Hey. Hello. Hello there. Boom, baby. I'll take the upgrade components though. Thank you very much, you sucker. I don't know, something about Lumoon. You know what? I agree with you. Why would you call it Luna Filaments? Oh, I got full hacking mode on. Tower. Whoa. That is huge. Jesus. And this is a city? Oh my god. There's a... Oh, wait, we could grab stuff. Hey, you know what? Let's go grab stuff. Got like just kittens, 2 weeks old. I had to wake up in the middle of the night of simulate that. Okay. Aww. And what do you think of them now? They probably grew up, I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling we're gonna need this. I want multi-hack or decode. We'll try just multi-hack. Oh, we may be fighting like multiple enemies. I feel like at some point we will be. Grab this. Upgrade components, of course, of course. Ooh. Boom. Damn, I hate the reloading system. I feel like it takes a while to get this thing. Oh, what's this? Heal up quick. Heal me some Luna filaments. Boom. Okay. Boom, yeah. Hell yeah. Can we completely like destroy an enemy with just hacking alone? Pretty sure, right? Let's see. Oh, hello. Boom! Look, we are just spamming hacking only. Oh, we can beat it up that way. That's crazy. Huh. Look at that. That's crazy. Boom. Easily. You thought I would fall for that easy trick? Yeah, right. Get out of here with that. Get a sightseeing. Anytime you need, eat and drink. This must be like a futuristic kind of thing. How did they get plants and stuff over here then? That's the one thing I don't notice. There's no plants here. Then again, it is the moon. Dead Hunter Lamau. Oh! Oh well, we got closed in. Yep, we got closed in. Oh, not again. Okay, hack the beacons. 5 left. Okay, gotta hack some beacons, guys. Wait, we're on the moon? Yeah, we're on the moon. This looks like Earth. It was just printed out by some Luna filament. Luna filament? But yeah, we're on the moon. Oh, I see one. Over here. I see one. Got it. Oh boy. What the heck is that? Ugh. Jeez. Careful, I remember Eggman. Must be New York. It is. Oh no, they did make it to look like New York though. Oh, B, this is. We can upgrade some stuff. Yeah, we can upgrade some stuff in the shelter right now. And I think having Diana's hacking abilities, whoo, fire. I love Diana's hacking abilities. I think it's really cool. I think we also need to increase our gun damage too, though. Not gonna lie, we need some gun damage. Okay, let's go here and increase further on. Oh my god, we can do it again. Oh, I cannot. The recoil 0.15? Jeez. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. And then what about these? There's really nothing I can do here. Yeah, nothing I can do there. I want one of these and I can't get any. This is what we need, a node slot. God damn it. We'll save up for this one and maybe save up for this. And this probably. And this one, 500. We need 500. We need everything. Let's continue on. Back to the story. Not New York, so Nueva York. What about Old York? Why can't there be Old York? Why can't there? You guys are saying it's New York. What about Old York? What happened to Old York, guys? if there's a West Virginia, what happened to East Virginia? I don't know, guys. I'm just saying. You know what? Let me go grab some more drink. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'll be back. Grab snacks too, okay? Okay. Good lord. They made me do things and it took me a while and I'm like, why? Why did they do that to me? I'm good though. For now. For now at least. Like the trash bag is all the way over there. Like I do it every day. What do you mean? Hi Zalt, welcome back. Thanks. Welcome back to you too, I think. Honestly, guys, if you guys don't want ads or don't want to deal with ads, guys, head over to YouTube. Just head over to YouTube, you'll be fine. %100% trust. You don't have to worry about ads. Okay, so what are we doing here? What's happening? So we're back here. I guess we climb stuff now. We can't access it because it's locked. Yeah, we need what? This area extremely dangerous. Securing this red zone will unlock a section of the sandboard. Ooh. Yeah, I want to know what's back there too. Ooh, a new gun? A tactical unit that fires arcing concussive rounds, a blast and damage knockback. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah. All right, that's cool. Oh, Riot Blaster. Yeah, I think Riot Blaster might be good here. Might be the call. Boom! Easy work. Easy, quick work. Look at that. Of course it would be you. There we go. Quick, quick, quick. Hack it, hack it. Boom! Easy finish, sucker! Stupid ball. Whatever you thing you are. There's no more, right? Okay. We're good. We should be good. We should be in the clear. Hell yeah. Multi-hack. Damn, I should have gotten multi-hack. Oh well. I need more, like, more hacking node slots. Red gate key. Yes. We got the red key, guys. We got the red key. Oh, you never left? What do you mean you never left? I thought you left. That's crazy. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Zalt really not leaving? That's crazy. Go, 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 go. Come on. What the heck? Oh, well, we just hacked it to death. I'm just not a very talkative person as usual. Oh, it's okay, Zalt. You know what? Just you being here makes me comfy enough. And I hope that one day we can like be more like good friends too. Like things that I can help you talk and stuff. Ew, not the mannequins! What's worse, fighting a mannequin or fighting one of those robots? Like those human looking robots.
Yeah,
I hate mannequins, yo.
いや
Mannequins are creepy. Hell no.
エリアビーコンだ。すぐそこだけど。
よしどこか道を探すか
Ooh, we're getting a lot of these. Ooh, wait a minute, what the hell? No, I thought we could make it, guys. I thought we could make it. Come on, we can make it. Surely we can make it.
エリアビーコンに行くにはどうしたらいい？
道がないなら
Oh god. Okay, okay. Maybe we could do it with the boost. Oh! Oh hell yeah, we made it somehow. Oh, but that's just multi-hack. Fudge! How do we get up there, guys? How do we get up there? Dang, I don't know how to get up there. And there's a red box over here. Ah, how do we get up there? There's got to be another way, guys. Okay, it's an upgrade node. We'll take that. Upgrade component. Upgrade component. Apachong. More to upgrade.
なんで俺たちがこんな目に
Okay. And we'll take that.
コラス？通信をかけてきた人？
いやそれはジェームズ隊長だ
No, no, we had that. Dang it.
仲間だった
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. We try this again. Come on. Make it! Yeah! Let's go! We made it! Sucker! Alright, let's go to that red box though. For real. We'll grab the... We'll switch over. Here we go. Yeah, we swap that. And... We'll go back to get that red gate. We use the red key or whatever. Alright, here we go. Grab what we need here. Oh boy. Got it. Is there more? I knew it. Okay. Get him to the stasis. Come on. Boom. Bomba. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, boy. Get him! Okay, that's the other one. Ooh, that was close. Okay, come on, and boom. Oh, that was close. Come on. Take that! Oh my god. Did we get it? Can we get it now? Ooh, I'll take the stasis net. Pure Lunum? What the heck? Huh.
こんなとこにあったんだね。
Huh. Oh, that's the one that we need, the currency that we use. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You know what this means, everybody? We're upgrading like a mother trucker. We're freaking upgrading. We are upgrading. We are so back. We're so back. Hell yeah. We're so back. It's not that it's over, it's Jover. It's that we're so back. How come no one created, instead of saying is Jover, it's like we're Joe back? We're Joe back. Now it's Jover. Hmm.
ここで少しのんびりしていこうよ。さっき見たマネキンの服、いろんな種類があったね。どうしてマネキンはみんな違った服を着てるの？
Who's Joe? Joe Biden?
あれで服を取り替えるからだな。
私もいろんな服を着てみたいな。
服か。どんな服が着たいんだ？
私に似合う服ってどんなの？
女の子の服ってのは。
ヒュー？
やっぱり今の格好が一番似合ってるんじゃないか。
Yeah, stick with your stuff. Don't worry about anything else. Your clothes are fine. Hacking damage! Oh shoot, I think this should be a good upgrade too. Not gonna lie. 70 on the capacity? Yo, we're going for that. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Oh, the freaking riot blaster. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can take that. Take the riot blaster. That's the knockdown one. Okay, so honestly, I want, oh my god, critical shot. Wait, what? Okay, I don't know if I want that or I want this one. I think this one. Critical shot is very important, I feel like. Hell yeah. And then 500 is the node spawn rate. Ooh. Just for 500, it's a node slot rate? That's crazy. Hacking gauge gain. I think this is important too. We'll take it. And then we'll just wait for the spawn or whatever. We'll just keep farming more. Let me see here. Decode is good. And then riot blaster is good. Look how much stagger rate that we get from it though. We'll take it. Did we get another mod? No. We're riding the train. We're gonna continue where we left off. Shauna, what have you been up to? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Is it going good? Guys, I'm so poor. I'm only eating spam and rice. Paycheck is around the corner. Just gotta keep surviving. And then I can save up for something big. Okay, we did that already. I'm guessing the enemies are gonna be like popping up again. No, not popping up. All right. Oh, okay. I guess they are. Just kidding. Boom, boom, finisher. Boom, headshot. Ball shot? Headshot? I don't know. Might as well call it ball shot. Was there more enemies? Where? No? All right then. Thought there was gonna be more enemies. Okay. Boom. It's like Tekken. Like Pragmata is kind of like Tekken. Just input a bit of the combos, you know. Okay. Boom! Finisher! I'm way too good at this hacking game. I still think there's a lot of things to do here. Let's start with the lower floor. Yeah, I kind of want to check this out. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Yeah, get lasered. Wait, what? You don't get lasered? What is this scam? What a scammage. Maximum scammage, guys. That is so a scam. That's crazy. But you know what? We'll just hack it. We'll just go into here without any problem. Extended breach. Open enemies stay exposed for 15% longer. Ooh. I don't think he can get me from here. Yeah, he couldn't get me from here. Silly Gooper, tricks are for kids. Alright, guess we go this way now. And here, maybe? No. This way? Wait. Wasn't there like a thing at the top? Yeah, I was going in circles. Whoops. I was going in circles, guys. My bad. I got confused. I got lost. Your favorite streamer is lost. What is over here? I'm very curious. It's a multi-hacking. Oh, it just goes down here. Why do I feel so dumb every single time? Get those. More upgrade components make it easier for me. Okay, now what? Oh, the beacon. Right, okay. Go to the beacon, guys. Or, okay, cool. Come on. Got it. Take that. Reload, reload, reload. Take that. All right, blaster. Oh, stasis net. You know, we'll just keep doing that every time. We'll just use stasis nets. We'll use everything we got to just re-get everything. We have to use everything to our advantage. Okay, this like open this area. But how do I get? Wait. Was this where we came from? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, okay, we got it. We got it for free, guys. I didn't even have to go to the ceiling. It was free. It was right there. Take the decode, I guess. Oh, New York back then. So what was back then? I keep like no one answered the question. Where is Old York? When we have New York, where's Old York? Oh, nice. We can get some health. Nice. Take those. Nice. Oh, it's another Earth thing. Dang, I really want that. How do we get there? Oh, dang it. How do we get there, guys? Oh, do you know how to get there? There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way there. Right, guys? Surely. Yeah, I don't think we can go this way. We tried. We at least made it several attempts. Oh god. Everything's like upside down now. Like on its side. Mannequin, gross. Mannequins are gross. Get away from me. Okay, we can go this way, I guess. Upgrade components, we'll take that. Ow! Oh, got damaged by laser. Oh, whoa! Almost ambushed me there. How dare you? Jesus. I almost got ambushed. Bigger question, why are there 3 New Yorks? There's 3 New Yorks? That's crazy. Where's the other York then? This is the one. This is the one. We need this. Earth memory. So that's where we got it. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. We'll take everything. These freaking mannequins, yo. See, I knew something was gonna happen. I knew they were trying to do something. They were doing something funny with these mannequins. They're doing something like a funny with these mannequins. They thought they could scare me. I have Diana with me, so we'll be fine. We're totally fine. We have Diana on our side. For real, for real. Grab this. Ooh. We're on overdrive, baby! But what's this? Close quarters? Attack power by 10% within... Oh. That sounds nice. Blah blah blah. Something about creating a urban project. I don't know. Close enough. We take those. We take those. Wait, we hack into this system here. Boom, boom, boom. Damn, I'm such a quick hacker, guys. Ugh, what the hell? Oh, it's creating a bridge. Hell yeah, we take those. Thank you, Mr. Replicator. Whatever you are. Okay, wait. I knew there was something fishy about this. Okay, hang on. That's an upgrade component. Ew, those. All right, but no cats this time. Lamau. Wait, what is this? What is this telling me? Save spot. Let's go. Wait, what is this? Some grappling hook device? Maybe I'm just seeing things? Question mark? It's gotta be like a grappling hook or something. From the way it looks. Alright, hopefully we don't have to deal with those silly baby looking things. You got an upgrade component, but we have to get the heck out. Maybe we could just dart for it? Oop. As long as they don't spot us. They didn't spot us. Let's go. Okay. Can we beat them? Can we actually beat them, or are we not able to beat them? You guys think we can beat them? You think there's an actual chance that we can beat these things? Maybe we could power up first. That's a smarter idea, actually. Now there are 3 New Yorks. Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? How would you know which one? Wait, what? What are these 3 New Yorks you speak of? Tell me now. I'm confused. This side here, I think. How do I place the REMs again? You guys know how to place the REM? Huh? Yeah, somebody left the dice here. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna roll it? Come on, Diana. Roll the dice. How do we set it up again, guys? Do you guys know? Okay. Upgrade the hacking. I think we can hack the thing again. Oh, it's almost maxed out. Hell yeah. Okay, and then what do we do here? What could we do on this one? Critical shot and fast moves. Fast moves? Or, you know what? A node slot or a mod slot might work. Yeah. Critical shot. Node slot sounds better though. I'll go for the node slot. And then maybe a repair up? Yeah, a repair up sounds good. Go for that. And then that's it, I think. But how do we place it again, guys? I just don't get it. How do we place these damn things again? Place it here or dang it, I just don't get it. Is it over here? Mini cabin figures? No. Wait, how do I... Maybe this guy might know? I've unlocked the section! Okay, New outfit. Woo. Chargeable weapons charge 30% faster. Ooh. I like this outfit too. It looks cool. We'll go for this one. Aha! Got it.
素晴らしい。これをお召しになるのが楽しみですね。達成感レベルは最高潮。お役に立てて何よりです。
Got it. Where's the outfit one? Oh, it's on this side.
レプリケーターで橋ができるの楽しかったな。
Go play basketball.
ねえ、プレゼントしていい？シュン、いつもおしゃべりしてくれてありがとう。じゃーん。書いてみたの。あげる。
へえ、字も書けるんだな。なかなか上手だ。
何して遊ぶ？ヒューはドリブルできる？
Okay, let's see here. Change the outfit. Exo layer. Now that's cool. I look like a Master Chief or something.
サイコロ置きっぱなしだった。
Oh wait, we have an extra bingo thing. Extra stamp. We get an extra stamp. Bingo! Oh, it was just an extra one. Okay, never mind. Thought it was something else.
早速使ってみてくださいね。
I still look cool. I like this armor. Like the exo layer. Exo layer is cool. Alright, let's continue where we left off. Back here. Alright, we got some new ones. I think we want this one. This one was good. And then the weapon loadouts. There we go. We got both nodes. Hell yeah, we take those. Oh, excuse me. Intercom passage. All right, we're back here. You think we can beat up the bebes? Beat up those baby robots, baby robots. I think we can. We got a chance. We have better stuff now, right? Such is life. Oh, here it is. All right, let's go. Okay, but what do we do here? Like low key, what do we do? You really think we can beat those? All right, you know what? Give it a chance. Ooh, that was close. Damn, we actually beat it. Okay. We're actually that goated. We're actually that good. That's crazy. It's like 600. Okay, okay. It gave us a lot of like, oh, only 200, but still. We'll take it. We'll take it. Boom. No, you don't. Boom. How do you like those odds? Didn't stand any chance against me.
ジェームズは体調をやるだけあって落ち着いてたな。ケンはお調子者だな。ニコラスがいつも怒ってた。
仲悪いの？
いや、遠慮しないで言いたいことを言い合える仲だったんだ。つまり仲がいい。
怒られてるの？よくわかんない。
A one-shot wave gun and a dream. What's this? A powerful attack unit that fires armor-piercing rounds when charged. Its power increasingly. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Hell yeah, we'll take that. If there's multiple enemies, we could multi-hack. I think this will be good. Ram! Hello, hello. Oh hell! Uh-oh. What? I don't know how he hit me like that, but okay, buddy. Okay. Oh god. Ooh, Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Ah. Come on. Come on. Wait, there's a critical thing there. The heck? Get the critical, get the critical. Let's go. Oh my god, the critical is effective. Hell yeah. Ooh, that took a lot. We back? Wait, what happened? Wait, what? It's rake over. What do you mean rake over? What do you mean? Also, hi Seiji. How are you? We take this. We can fire this one, this one, this one. Oh, riot blaster, we needed those. I like riot blasters. I like every single thing so far that was given to me. Oh, what? Got it. Ooh. Okay. There's nothing else. This is an easy game. What do we have? Oh yeah, relay amplifier. Oh, we can increase the range of it. Okay, I like that. I definitely like that one. Okay. How are you doing though, Seiji? I hope you're well. Do you like the hair? Alright, let's continue down this way. This way. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna get lost here. We can just open this one for now. Nope, my hacking thing is maxed out. There's a lot of things going on over here. Just gonna see what I could do. I'm just figuring out stuff. What the hell? What the heck? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Jesus. What? Where's his weak spot? Where's that thing's weak spot? I don't really see it much. Unless I messed up. Oh, there's more stuff here. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Got it. Take that. Unlock that one. Mr. Dojins, good night. Take care. It's been a while since I last saw you. 3 beacons left. Alright. Let's see. Okay, open this one. Okay. Oh. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Oh boy. Oh, what the? Okay, quick, 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 quick. Ooh. Oh my god. It's a dangerous area here. Okay, maybe we could do something with this. Ooh, damn, we got both of them. That was some quick work. Boom, baby. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. What is this? Fight whatever's in here. What the hell? Quickly follow it. Got it! Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my god, we actually did it. We actually hacked whatever that thing was, and whatever that was gave us a lot of goodies. Woo! We'll take it. We'll take it. We take those. We take those dubs. We take the dubbies. The dubby wubbies. The dubby wubby wubbies. Alright, let's open this up. More. We have 2,000 now. Okay. Got more multi-hacks, I guess. Not that that matters, because we're using multi-hack anyways. Oh, what's this? Stasis net. You know what? We'll take it. Stasis nets are good too. Gotta use everything we got. And excuse me. Increases attack power when enemies 20 meters away. That's good. I actually kind of want that. There we go. Take that. I think we have everything. I think we had got everything. Yeah, I think we have everything. Oh, another REM. Hell yeah. Another shelter. We'll take these dubbies. What the? I'm getting stuck, guys. What else? I think we can take this one here. Whoop. Wee. So we got that item there. Oh, we did not get the upgrade one. Okay. Go this way. Okay, there's no more enemies. Yeah, there shouldn't be any more enemies. Now it's just collecting everything. Take this. We'll get another upgrade. Let's see what's happening up here. Ooh, more stuff. We'll take it. Alright, Blaster. No, I'm good. What the heck? Ha!
人間って一日に何度もご飯を食べなきゃダメなの？エネルギー効率が悪いんだね。
確かにな。けど食事には補給以外の意味もあるんだ。当時だった俺は夕食の時新しい家族が話を聞いてくれるのが嬉しくてな。
That does sound nice.
毎日その日あったことを話してた。自分を受け入れてくれる相手との会話は栄養になるんだよ。
Aww.
心の栄養にな。
おしゃべりに栄養素が入ってるの？
そういうことだ。
Yeah, something like that. You get the picture, Hugh. You understand. Maybe I don't get the picture, but maybe you do. Oh shoot, the beacon is this way.
ビーコンはあるけど、ユズスが何かしてきそうだ。侵入者を感知。
You take this. Ah, of course. Oh yeah, critical shot, baby. Thank you for knocking them down for me, you sucker. Hell yeah. Where's the hostile enemies? Got it. Mine. Got it. Poke it in the eyes. Shoot for the eyes. And I think that's everything, right? Stasis net. Alright, we're gonna have to use everything we got here. Yep, it's not over yet. What the? Hey, these guys I gotta get rid of. Oh god. Heal up, heal up, heal up. Oh, damn. It's gonna hurt. Get it now. No, we got this. Come on, we can do this. We're living by a prayer. Whoa. What? We just got lasered? Oh my god, this guy's a cheater. That is a cheater. Did you see that? What the heck, man? I gotta use a stasis on the stupid. I think I should have gone for the missile first. Okay, we got this. We got this. Focus up. Lock in. Lock in. We need to lock in. Lock the heck in, man. All right, let's go. Okay, okay. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. It's okay. Let's go. No time to lose. First of all, let's upgrade our weapons here. Can be equipped at the tram terminal. We'll take that. That's our fourth weapon. I think we need that. Yeah, that one and damage up to. These are good. We can take these. Node spawn rate. Oh, that's what it is. Got it. Okay, and then we need thrusters. Okay. We could do that. We could get one of these and then one of these. 1200 for that one. We could go for this one. A mod slot. Sounds good, in my opinion. And then multi-hack will increase the targets or damage. Damage or multi-hack? You know what? We'll do the damage or multi-hack. All right, let's try this again, everybody. Start from the top. Okay, the charge piercer. I don't want the shoddy for now. And then for the hacking nodes, we'll go for this one. Equip mods. Okay, they're exposed for a little longer. I like this one too. Increases hacking range by 30%. I don't want that one. We'll take the hacking range. We can hack further than them, then I think we're good enough. I think we have everything, right? Oh, we have one more mod to choose? Okay. I guess the health will do, huh? Not really. I think long range targeting or close quarters would be good. This is 20 meters, this is 10 meters. I think we'll do this one. 10 meters. They're always up in our faces. I think they're up in our faces. I think we can do this. Also, thank you again, everyone. Like, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. All that you do. Yap. What? What's wrong with me? What do you mean? I don't mind if I yap, guys. All right, come on, load up. Okay. Oh, we're all the way back here? Shoot. God damn. It's a hot minute till then. Take this. Okay, there we go. Even if we fail. Oh no, not you. What the? Okay, that's kind of... Take this, you jerk. About to take a taste of your own medicine. This. Oh, so annoying. Okay, we can take the charge piercer, I guess, because that's the only one we have. Riot blaster. We can take riot blaster. Got it. Okay, it looks like we're gonna need to go back higher here. Can we get much higher? I think that's it. We don't need anything else. Just gotta clear it. We just gotta clear it. Come on. Up the stairs. I can't believe there's no safe spot. I thought there would be a safe spot. I guess there isn't. Yeah, I really thought there was a safe spot here. Ah, of course. But the weak spot is definitely the core. Oh wait, you could hack the missile to direct it back? Oh, I didn't even know that. That's actually possible. I guess that's a thing? Wow. Didn't know that. I'm so shocked. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know you could do that. Wee! Oh wait, there's a treasure chest right there. Ah, you thought I didn't? Oh, I heard the John. Heard the thing. I heard the thing. John. It's upstairs somewhere. Okay. Wait, is that thing back again? It is. Oh my god. You got it? Okay. Got it. Oh my god. Any more? Any more? Never mind. I guess I got what I wanted. Okay, that should be everything, right guys? There shouldn't be any more enemies. For sure. There shouldn't be any more enemies. Please. Please. Okay, we'll take that. Got the 2 and 2. I don't know what this is, but there is something here. Oh, this is the shortcut. Oh my god. All I had to do was take that unlock the shortcut. Oh, we probably would have been back. I am so dumb. I am so dumb. I am a silly little goober that forgot that there's shortcuts in this game. Crazy. Okay. Boom! God damn, I'm so quick with that. Damn, I was so fast. Did you see that? Fast as fuck, boy. Okay, and I guess. Oh, never mind. This is not the right way. That one was a dead end. What's this one? Stasis. Wait, stasis net of 3. We'll take that. Can we take it? There we go. Thank you. Where's the Jajan guy? I want the Jajan guy. The Jajan. Okay, come on, come on, come on. But whenever you revisit these things, everything resets. Enemies reset and everything. I guess this could be a good way to like farm some stuff. Could be wrong here. I feel like that's the way to go. Oh, hello. Found him. John found him, sucker. All right, here we go. All right. Take this! Got it. Get it back. Hell yeah. Hey, come on. Reflect it back. Haha! Damn, the multi-hacking is kind of fun. Haha! Come on, 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 switch. Okay, okay, quick, 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 quick. Ah! Woohoo! Whoa! Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, got it. No, you don't. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa, what the heck? Oh my god, he charged at me. Dang it. Ah, I had that. I actually almost had that. Ah, I ran out of stuff. Why was I using a charge piercer? Should have used a shotgun. Sad. We can do this, guys. We can do this. Come on, come on. We can do this. Okay, here we go. You love this new outfit? What new outfit? Wait, what? Enemy downtime? I don't know if I want that. I like this one more. Ammo capacity. It goes with like 700. Yeah, we'll go for it. I like stasis net more. I don't know what it is, but I like stasis net more. Maybe decode would help too. Thrusters. Healing and thrusters. Go for the thrusters! Go, 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 go. We'll go for that. And then this, and then this, and this. Okay, we're good. Ride the train! Okay, we got a shortcut now. The fuck you mean? How's it going, Ishuko? What do you mean, Ishuko? What is that? My model is... Oh, on my model? Yeah, like a it's a barista outfit. What about the hair? Do you like the hair? They keep changing my hairstyle, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go along with it. Also, have you been enjoying the Minecraft server? Wait, what the heck? Someone donated? Wait a minute. Somebody donated a lot more? That's crazy. What the heck? What the heck? How's it 25? Why are we at 75? Huh? What the helly? Okay, got it. Ah! Take that. Take this. Oh my gosh. We have more enemies or what? Oh, there's one more. Take this. Hell yeah. You like that? Jerk. How dare you? Have you seen my build? What build? I haven't seen your build at all. I don't know what you mean by build, you goober. Alright, let's go take on the world. We're gonna try it again. Oh yeah, you know what? We get some free freaking... We always get a freebie over here. Boom! I am so good. Look at that. You see how fast I hacked that thing? You didn't see that coming, did ya? I was quick. I was quick as hell. Next time going to the north of the house across the river. Is that your house? I thought you wanted a shared house or whatever. And here you are like, oh, no, 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 no. Not there for that. Oh, thank you. Hell yeah. Boom. 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 How do you like those odds, huh? I'm getting better at this whole hacking thing. I gotta live in a cute magical place. Hell yeah, you should. You should. As you should. How have you been? How's your weekend? Is it like your like dinner time or whatever? Or is it past your bedtime? Maybe it's past your bedtime, bro. Should be sleeping. Like, what the heck? Hell yeah. conserving my ammo, guys. Got it. Okay, use that. Got it. Got it. Take that. Take this. 3,000 damage. You like that, don't you? Okay, we've got to be quick on the other ones though. Like really quick. Got a stasis net here. Got everything here. Hey, quick. Okay, that's one. Okay, come on. Okay. Got it. Okay. Just you and me. Ah! Damn it, it's fine. You're down. What the? You jerk! Got it. Here's a critical! You're mine! Oh my god. Oh, that was so annoying. Oh my god, that was so annoying. We'll take these. We'll take this win. We'll take the win. Oh my god, that was so annoying. Oh, we got it though. We got it. Okay, that's the fourth gate, I guess. Yeah, two more. 2 more. Yeah, you're having fun hacking. I'm trying to survive here. Trying to keep you safe. What do you mean? Oh.
木組みで寺院を作るのはどうかしら。奈良のお寺を再現するの。木材だけで建物を組み上げるんだけど、1000年以上持つらしいわよ。
Wow.
木材だけで？それは再現しがいがあるな。すごいよ。
耐久性を考えると、樹齢100年以上の木が必要よ。
Wow.
やりがいあるね。ルナフィラメントがあれば、何だってできるさ。なんだってね。
Nice. All right, let's go check this one. Delphi. Maybe that's their competitor. Finally, a safe haven. What's up with you with the quality you were chugging with the game? What do you mean? This is not easy. You playing on Giga hard? No, this is regular. Oh my god. Got some medical things tomorrow, but I'll G. Okay. Get well soon, okay, Danny? Tell me in DMs later. What's... Okay, you get some sleep then. It's like 11 p.m. You need sleep. Look, it connects with the basketball court. Yeah, go climb on it. Go. Enjoy the new toy. No, I'm not gonna slide, you goober. He's enjoying it. That's good. What?
絶対にダメだ。危ないだろうが。
言ってみただけだもん。やらないよ。
猫を追いかけた前科があるからな。
Yeah, I'm not so sure after you did that. After you did that, I'm not sure. Grab the ball. Shoot some hoops. Come on. I want to see you shoot some hoops. You better be shooting some hoops while I'm upgrading stuff. Damn, I need 4 to upgrade on this one. Okay. Just have to wait, I guess. We can upgrade this in the meantime. Does more damage. We'll take that. And then what else? We need to... Damn. Multi-hack. Max targets. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. I could do that also. And get this, the fast moves. Nice. Okay, what else do we need? Overdrive, I guess? To increase performance and repair up? Hell yeah. Feel like we're maxing out everything though, which is good, I guess. We'll max out the healing for this one. Now I can heal like 1/4 of our health, or 1/3 of our health, I guess. Oh? What is happening? What is happening here? Is this a desync? What? Wait! Wait, what the?
そうだ、キュ
Okay, okay, sure.
大丈夫
Oh my
怪
god.
我とかしてない？
ナイスパスだ。
Nice pass.
おしゃべりに栄養が入ってるなんてなんだか不思議。おしゃべりの栄養が足りないとどうなるの？
そうだな。寂しくなったり不安になったりすると思うぞ。自信が持てなくなったりな。
病気にはならない？
病気になる人もいるさ。でも人それぞれだな。
私はヒューと喋ってるから平気かな？
Aww.
あれなんだろう？
Alright, Mr. Little Robot. Let's see here. We got this one. Okay.
これをお出しする日が来るとは。
We could do something like this, I guess? Or this one? I don't know what this one is. Crusher robot.
なんとまあ、これをお出しする日が来るとは。
And then the next one I could start doing the blackout one. It's cool.
ご愛顧いただきありがとうございます。
We got a lot of progression so far. I don't know about you guys. Progression's really good. Oh, there's the Watcher. And then the Crusher. Jeez. That one likes to stomp its feet.
ヒューに見せてあげるね。
Oh yeah? What are you showing me? Show me how it works. There you go. Yeah, Earth is round. Earth was never flat, guys. Like, what the heck? If you're a flat earther, I must smack you. Flat earthers.
ヒューが住んでたところは地球のものって面白い。地球儀を見てると地球って小さくていろんなところにすぐ行けちゃう気がするの。
Oh yeah?
本当は月よりもっと大きいのも分かってるのに不思議だよね。
俺も子供の頃同じことを考えてたんだ。頑張ればどんな場所でも行けそうだなって。
Mm-hmm.
実際その気になればいろんなところに行けるぞ。
That's true. I guess I could be proven wrong about the Earth being flat anyway, so.
あんなところに
Chargeable weapons charge 30% faster. Oh, it's probably like the sniper and stuff. Yeah, I think I know what that is. Yeah, that's what it is. Perfect. Okay, let's go back to office space, I guess. Test site and business district. Okay. Where's the last two beacons? I need to do the last two beacons. Two more beacons, everybody! Hey, must be the money. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Here? Do we go here? That's not where we're going. What the hell? We go this way. Wait, we opened this already. Okay, okay. So where do we go? Where do we go? Up here? Guessing it's up here. Yeah, because the beacon is that one, and there should be one more beacon after this. Yeah, there's one more beacon, one more beacon. Come on, please. One more, one more. Oh, we're building a bridge again. Okay, there's only one bridge left, and this one takes me down there. Oh, okay, I guess there is nothing there. All right, we're just gonna jump down in 3, 2. Okay, I miscounted. Whoops. There's a bridge over here. Wait a minute. Did you see? Do you see this? Wait, no, wait, what? There was a bridge over here and I didn't see it? Oh my god. You guys see it, right? Please tell me I'm not the only one that sees this. Oh, it's blocked. God damn it. Blocked by that stupid thing again. Wait. I see something over here though. We could do this. Come on, make it. And somehow we landed on top of this one. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Cool too, I guess. Neat story, bro. Neat story, I guess. All right, do this again. Come on. Do you really think we can make this? Come on. In 3, 2, 1. No! Yeah, we can't make it. We tried. Hey, at least we tried. We made an attempt to do so. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so what's on this? Wait, this is the first bridge, right? No, this is the other bridge. Okay. This is where we need to go, I guess? Question mark? Didn't we already go here? I guess we didn't go here before. I've never seen those forklifts. Something about irradiation zones. Well, that paved the way. Let's go. We'll take those. What is this? A decoy generator. Draw enemies' attention for a short time when deployed. The decoy itself does not do damage. Interesting. Ooh. Hell yeah. We'll take that. We'll distract them. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Okay, what do we do here? Defense unit. Oh god, we're in way too many enemies here. I will sucker you out. Oh, Jesus. I wonder if they're weak to the charging one. Riot Blaster! Riot Blaster! Boom, baby! Got it. Boom! Critical this sucker! Is Reiko Pragmata yet? Wait, what? What do you mean, Pragmata? What does that mean? How do you define Wait, what? How do you define Pragmata? Oh, I could have just done this. I could have been smarter and just lured them all into this little trap and lasered them. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh well. We did it the hard way, like we normally do. I'm a role model. There you go. A good amount of health healed. Ooh, Earth memory. TV. Oh, lasers. Lasers. Not the babies. What? Why is that climbing animation a thing? Okay. Boom. Boom. Your critical days are over. You are mine. Get blown up to bits, robot scum. All right, we're good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels real good. Hell yeah. We'll take the shockwave gun. Okay. We go up here, I guess. Oh. I hear Mr. Robot. Gotcha. Aha! Found you, mister. And we'll take this one. This is a save spot. Oh, hell yeah, it is! We take those. We take those. Okay, there we go. One Earth memory, and I don't know what the other one is called. Maybe we'll have the ability to, like, take out the plants and stuff. Oh. You know what we should do? You know what we should do? Put the decoy, like, right here. Got it. I was trying to lure them to the trap, but I guess they're smarter than that. Oh god. Stasis net. We'll take the stasis net for now. Oh gosh. Oh, that was close. That should take off the lasers. And that should give us whatever this is. Does this give us the ability to take off those Luna filaments that are in the way? Is she eating the chip?
構造式が分かった。多分分解できると思う。私やってみるね。
Oh, I love the binary language. He's like, huh? I guess I don't need it. He's a little scared of her because of what she just did. Aww, high five it. Haha, yeah. Erase filament. Oh, thank God we can erase filaments now. Oh, such a... Now we can unlock more stuff at the previous area that we weren't able to do so before. Bot disposal costs. Ugh. I mean, it must be expensive having to get rid of the bots and stuff. Uh-oh. Oh wow.
知らないか。
保管庫を出てからヒューにしか会ってないよ。
ここまで一人も生存者に会ってない。
If she hasn't seen anyone, then there must be something major going about. You know what I mean? Also, forgot about this. Hell yeah, we take those. We can upgrade our stuff. But how do we get up there is the question. Uh-oh. No, I'm not there for that one. I want the shockwave gun. It does some serious damage. Aha! Okay. Ooh. Ooh, that was close. Ooh. Okay. And now Good lord. Ah! Hey. Riot Blaster. We'll take that. You got it? Okay, got it. Take this! Okay. Okay, get to the next one quickly. Boom. Come on. Six. And the critical's arriving. Boom. Last one's the baby. Okay, come on. I'll lure the baby this way. Ah, damn it. I hate this thing. Get over here. Okay. Quickly. You got the right blaster again. Is that it? Okay. The shockwave gun. And we are low on everything. Whew. That's the last beacon! Oh, we are freaking free. Got it. Hi. Hell yeah. Okay, let's go back first. We gotta go back first. Work time for me. Enjoy being great, Dad. I will. Thank you, Zalt. Might just be done with the stream for today too. I had a good time streaming. 3 hours isn't too bad. I think this is fun. This game is too fun. Fun for me. I'll give you the TV. There you go. And we get a cabin coin. Gemini girls. Oh boy. We all know the feeling when we have to tune in and wait for the next episode. Alright, let's go see if we can upgrade. We could upgrade more of this, but I think I really want... I think I really want to finish this last one. Defense units. Oh yeah, that's the one that we have. The decoy gen. Hell yeah. And then we can probably max it out. We maxed out everything there. Yeah, we'll max this one out. Okay, there we go. Enemy downtime. Put that up. Put that up. And then the bingo card. Ooh, red gate key again. We'll take those. Ooh. Okay. Passing through multiple nodes of the same type extends its duration. Oh, and it just pauses them. That's nice. I'll take that. Hell yeah. And let's see here. Freeze. Definitely want that one next. Yeah, I think we got some good progress done. Yeah, I think this is good for today. Thanks for playing and spending time with me. I know it's short. I had a good time. I'll probably do some backtracking too. I'm glad that I'm able to play it while my my VTuber model is okay, you know. Thanks again, everybody.